What's up, guys? So it's leading up to Thanksgiving week. Figured it's been almost a year since I've had this box here. Wanted to go ahead and give an updated tour of it. Had a couple of requests for this, so figured this would be the perfect time. Holidays coming up. There were Toolbox tour out there for you guys, so we'll go ahead and get started. So this is the U.S. General 34-inch service bank cart. It has been a fantastic cart so far. I've enjoyed using it. Now this isn't my roll around cart anymore. It's more stationary, and I believe that's just because you either have too much in there or I don't know. It might be the weight. Probably is. Look at all the sockets in there. All right, so layout, major changes so far. I've added the magnetic labels on there. So as you can see, up close. All right, and then up top here, now the changes up here, I used to have ratchets, more of my go-to pliers, but those have all moved to my little roll cart, utility cart over there that I had on another video, so y'all can go check that video out. But up here, keep a set of earplugs. Still got a brake caliper hanger there. These are the flat bill snap-ons, the Icon hose pliers, some snap-on slip joints, snap-on hose clamp pliers, some side cutters, grinder tool, and then some Mac tools, Cobras. I think these are the 12-inch Mac tools, grease gun, some Craftsman mirror inspection mirrors. One's lighted, one's not. This is a 10 mil zero offset double box hand, one's ratcheting, and then a magnetic pickup tool, and then a razor blade. Over here I got some 1/2-inch ratchets. This one's a gear wrench, locking flex head, non-locking, locking. So these two are the 17-inch, that's the 24-inch, and then this is the Icon homemade 25-inch ratchet that I converted using a breaker bar and then a 1/2-inch ratchet head. So I got a video post on how I did that if y'all want to go check that out. Still got a Hyper Tough, I think it's a 24-inch. Mac tools, trim tool, some pickup claws, homemade airbag spring tool, 36-inch Hyper Tough pry bars, and these are USA made. I think these go for like 20 bucks nowadays. They were a little bit cheaper back then when I picked them up, but these are, I believe, made by Wild, well, I don't know how you pronounce it, W-I-L-D-E. Keep paint marker back here, little Milwaukee flashlight, snap-on pry bar set, some Loctite, Pittsburgh. Those are those super long Phillips and flatheads. I usually use these for pry stuff. Little straight tip snap-on pry bar. I keep some super lube for the ratchets. This is the best stuff. I don't care what brand I buy. I've pointed this out before. I open them all up and put the super lube in there. Works great. Tap Magic, and then super lube grease. And if many of y'all haven't watched my previous video, so this box was set up for impact stuff. So that's all you'll mainly see in here is impact stuff. So, and then this is all metric. I keep all my metric impact stuff. That's all I mainly use is metric nowadays. So, been running the Cobalt 1/2-inch deeps for years now. I mean, over a decade, and they've been holding up very well. Haven't had any issues with them. I like them because, I mean, they are thick, but the weight on them is really good. So, I mean, they open up faster and it's pretty good. So that set goes all the way to 25, and then I have fillers going up to 32. Lug nut sockets. So I got standard sizes, and then I got the extra deeps. And then I got the semi-deeps, shallows, and stubbies. Semi-deeps are the Genius Tools. Shallows are the Matco Silver Eagles. And these have been great as well too. The Genius ones, I've only used a few sizes so far, but so far I like them. And then the same thing for the Sun-X stubbies. Those have been good. And then these are the 1/2-inch swivels. And these are the Mixed Power brands. They are an Amazon brand, but they have been holding up very well. Haven't had any issues with them. That set goes all the way up to, believe, I think 19, if I'm correct. So 19, and then the rest of the fillers are mainly Sun-X. So same thing on the shallow swivel set. And then going on to the next set, I have the 3/8 drive. Running the, so this one's I lost one. It's a Matco set. Lost a 10 mil, of course. Replaced it with a DeWalt one. That one's been no issues with those. Semi-deeps. These are the Great Pneumatic brand. Those have been good. And then the shallows are the Matco ADVs. These are 12.0, and those have been fine. And then same thing for the stubbies. These are Sun-X. And then over here you got the Honda crank bolt socket. And then I got a 22 mil extra deep. That one I use for U-bolts on the rear leaf springs. And then the forward driveline sockets. A couple of those wheel lock easy outs or whatever. I think I've used it once or twice. They're okay. I normally just go find a 12-point and pound it on there and get it out. It's a lot easier and faster. 3/8, same thing with the swivels. Mixed power, those have been fine. Hadn't had any issues with those. And then the 1/4 inch. So over here I have deep and shallow. These are the Matco ADVs as well. And then I have a set of Sun-X magnetic 1/4 inch sockets. These are, I stand by the magnetic sockets 100%. They're great, especially in tight areas. Throw your little bolt on there, little, you know, stubby ratchet, and you get into a lot of good places and you get those fasteners in. These are the Blackhawk by Proto. They're not Proto branded. They're Blackhawk. It's kind of like Expert or whatever, you know, the lower end. But I've really enjoyed using these as well too. So 1/4 inch flex head wobblies. Got a O2 sensor stuff. So yeah, that is my top work area. And I am running the Mantis tool grid. This is by far, I know it uses the space. I mean, you lose some space in there, obviously, but when you consider the fact that you can lay your socket sets all in a row. I've tried running different brands, Ernst, whatever, Hansen. You know, they only make up to a certain size. And then if you have expansion sizes, then it's hard to deal with that, especially like this one right here. I bought the expansion 3/8. It goes all to 24 millimeter. And that was just to have. I didn't need that set, but I bought it because I wanted it. And, you know, I knew that probably in the future it'd be a discontinued thing. So I went ahead and got it. But, you know, using the tool grid, you're able to run it all the way through. So that's just from an OCD perspective for me. So yeah, there's a good overview of it. So, you know, labeled the impact sockets, 1/2 inch, 3/8. As you can see, they're all metric, 1/4 inch. Got my pry bars. All right, next drawer down. Got my ratchets, torque wrenches, and as you can see here, we'll start up here. I got the Titan tools, hex drive, long extension sets. I got the wobbles on here, and then I got the straights. So different sizes. These are pretty cool. I've only used a few of them, so, but definitely good like an interior, especially if you got to get, you know, reach down in there at weird angles. So those come in handy. Locking extensions from Gear Wrench. These have been okay. The locking collars, I do need to lube them up, but they're all right. So Gear Wrench, this tray was actually for Gear Wrench ratchet. I took that out, stuck my snap-on in there. So I kind of used a heat gun, softened it up, it goes in there. But as far as the spark plug sockets, the Gear Wrench ones are my favorite, with a built-in extension on them. It's got the magnet inside there, and I've had no issues with these. It's got the knurling on it, so I like those. Over here I got a little Mac Tools mirror that I picked up, the bent up pry bar from Snap-on trim tool, and then a Mac set of trim tools. And then over here I got the 3/8 locking flex head. And the reason I got these two is mainly for spark plugs. When you work on those Chevys and you get those ones that sit in the back, the quick release are really good, especially on the back, I believe passenger corner. If you can get in there with a short, I got the socket over there in there, the Toolbox. But if you can get in there and break it loose, then all you gotta do is disconnect it real quick, and then you can use that knurling to twist it off. And I mean, you got enough space in there to stick the ratchet head in there and take it right off, and then unthread it. So that's just that combination. And on this side, I'm usually gonna use this on the driver's side, so that way you know you got all those hoses and stuff. They're kind of in the way, but you know, so your ratchet's at an angle. So different variations help speed up time. I've been running these Milwaukee electric ratchets for years now as well too. I have had no issues with them, no issues with the triggers. Did recently this year pull the heads off, clean them out, and lube them back up. So those are good to go. I am running the new CP 2.5 batteries on these, so those have been great. Got a couple of Mac Access ratchets. I just bought these just because I wanted to try the maxed out, but I am daily driving with these snap-ons. So, and then for my mobile bag, I got the Icon ratchets, and those have been great too. Icon click split beams, so I got the 3/8 and the 1/2 inch, and then the 1/2 inch, 24 inch snap-on locking flex head. So that one's definitely a good one. Down here are all my impact extensions. So 1/2 inch straight, 3/8 straight, 1/2 inch wobbles, and then 3/8 wobbles. And then I got a couple of adapter sets all over here. Same thing, extra. These are extras. So, and then some more adapters, and then I got a Titan set. These are the Capris. I blew the 1/2 inch out one day. Didn't warranty it. I think I ended up chunking it in trash, ran down to O'Reilly's and picked up this Power Torque. So, and it's pretty neat. You know, this one, you can, once you lock it in, it's just like an extension, and then you can pull it out and it becomes a wobble. So, and then a couple other adapter kits there. And then I just bought these just for the hell of it. I saw them on Amazon, thought they looked cool, and that's how I ended up getting these two sets. I got this set. This one's actually been really good. I haven't broken any yet. I know some people complain that they've broken some of these style adapters, but I have yet to break one. Used these quite a bit. These have been good. So the 3/8 to 1/2 inch. All right, down here got some punch and chisels, some little adapters. You can throw these on your drain plugs or whatever. Throw a wrench on it and crack them open. Got some brushes, and then some e-torques. So these are both by Matco. One's a USA version, one's a Taiwan version. Stubby hex sets, stubby torques, and then some leftover swivels from, I got the other set, the rest of the set in my junkyard bag. And then some swivel hex. I found these are Napa brand. Found these on eBay. Guy was getting rid of them and never used them. Still sealed, still in the old style packaging. I've only used this size so far, but really good. And then some Caselman Impact Hex. Same thing. I've only used a few sizes. Haven't broken any yet, but good. Honda crank pulley adapter. I forget what brand is this. Might have been an Amazon brand, but it works. Haven't had any issues. A little snap-on mini file set. Picks, snap-on picks. Some more earplugs. Now this is a Craftsman brand, but it's the same thing as Vessel. They're both made in Japan. But really good. And then a little quarter drive. I keep a flip socket on there. This is by Sunix, so it's got an 8 and 10. So these are really neat. I like those. That way you can just hand tighten them. Milwaukee Fastback, one of my favorite razor knives. And then the Mag Precision Torque metric set, and then a Genius Tools double box hand 0 degree wrench set. That one's fantastic. Only gripe on it is the edges are kind of rough on the hands. So, but they are good, especially in working on Hondas that like to put fasteners up next to the, you know, leave you a couple of inches of space between the frame and the engine. A little Jayco tire pressure gauge, and then a Mac Tools air chuck, and then some hose picks. Okay. Plier drawer. This is pretty much my overflow pliers. I got a bunch of stuff in here that I don't normally use frequently, so I just throw them in here. I don't know when I need it, I just come in and grab it. So different variations of stuff. I won't go through each one and bore you all. So and then these are the 3/4 inch stuff. So got metric and standard shallows. Little hacksaw. My pass-through set from Crescent. These were pretty much, I would say, my favorite hammers. The Husky Dead Blow, and then the 4-pound. The 4-pound is definitely Bertha. I mean, she gets, when she comes out, things are coming off. But I mainly use this Milwaukee one now. It's just got a shorter handle on it, so you can get into the wheel well, and you have a shorter swing as opposed to that longer one. Okay. And then I got a couple file sets. And then this is the 3/4 extension set. So So this is my mixed power. Been good, no issues with that. I mean, when you consider the amount of steel that you got on there, you're not really gonna break this thing. So, a couple pickle forks. Found this Snap-on really long, large punch. I don't have a use for it really, but I just had to have it. The guy only got, I think he sold for like $100. So, ended up picking it up. Crowbar. And then down here, keep a little vacuum. Good for picking up shavings and stuff and crap. Got the Milwaukee 3/4 and then the mid torque. Little cutoff wheel. I like this thing. This thing is one of my favorite tools nowadays. Power tools, I mean. And then I keep 3 Bauer grinders. So one with a cutoff wheel, flap disc, and then a grinding wheel. All the batteries in there. So on the side here, keep a little paper towel holder, glove box holder. I need to refill that thing. Power tool holder. Don't use this really anymore because all my main go-to power tools are on the little roll cart, utility cart over there. Side tray. Keep a little magnetic cup in there. Those spare parts that I throw in there. So get some more brushes, a jack handle, and then on the side here, just some fluids. Flat tip radiator pick, Phillips and flathead, and then just your fluids and stuff. Well, all right, guys. Hope I didn't take much too much of your time up. So that's the service cart. That's all the updates that I have on it. So again, I mean, this is a great for the price. I paid $4.99 for this. Plus you get an additional 10% off if you do the Harbor Freight credit card, and then you do 0% interest payments. So for me, it was a really good deal. But overall, if you're looking for one, I mean, I think for the price, you can't beat it. Now, obviously, you know, you can't compare this to a Snap-on in terms of quality or whatever you want to say it is. But for a Toolbox, for the price, you're getting a lot of box for your money, and that's what I was aiming for. So really happy with the layout. Space-wise, happy as well. The drawers come all the way out, as you can see. So no issues there. Haven't had any issues with any of the design features. And then these little racks, I just drilled into it, riveted on, and I gotta rivet these on. I think I just bolted these just for the time being on that side. But yeah, I mean, you can accessorize this thing whatever way you want. I got the magnetic hooks on there as well too. So, all right, guys. Well, happy Thanksgiving to all of y'all. Hope you spend your time with your family, your tools, your buddies, or whatever. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and y'all go have a great holiday week. All right, take care.